Hi, friends. Amy with Passings here. This is a little love letter. This is a love letter to anyone who is in a care relationship, who will be, or who has been in a care relationship, which means it's a love letter to everybody. As Rosalind Carter says, you are one of four types of people. You're either a caregiver now, you've been a caregiver in the past, you will be a caregiver in the future, or you are receiving care from a caregiver. Each of us is involved in caregiving and receiving throughout our lives. Those terms are a little tricky for me, and if you want to read more about my challenges with those terms, you can look at my blog, which is called From Caregiver to Care Partner. That's it, and on passings.us/blog. But for now, I just want to let you know, no matter where you are on that spectrum of giving and receiving care, that it's important for you to feel appreciated. When my kids were young, I think my son was probably 3 and my daughter was 1, I was breastfeeding, it felt like all the time, and had been breastfeeding for years, it seemed. Because of my health condition, I was fatigued a lot. And my whole world revolved around these two little beings. I wouldn't change anything now. They are amazing young adults. But at the time, it could be really, really challenging. And I remember one day after perhaps 3 nights of very interrupted sleep, I think my daughter wanted to nurse and my son needed my attention. And I remember letting out this phrase from somewhere deep in my being. I said, I'm a person too. And I wasn't talking to my kids. They couldn't understand that, of course. My son realized I was a person. My daughter was a year and probably didn't have any concept of that. I was talking to myself, I think. I was longing to be appreciated and seen as an individual, not just as this font of endless care for these beings. And I know if you are charged right now with caring for someone, whether that's little ones like I was, or an aging parent, whether you're in a relationship with someone who has dementia, you're also caring for someone if your friend has lost a person. Maybe your friend's parent has died or a spouse has died and you are there for your friend. You are a caregiver. You are in a care partnership with that person. And you need to know how appreciated you are. This is really challenging because a lot of times the people who we are in care relationships with have no capacity to tell us that they appreciate us. Certainly my 1-year-old did not. My little 3-year-old could, in his cute ways, to say thank you, Mama, which just warmed my heart. When we're in relationship with elderly parents, sometimes they have dementia and they can't tell us thank you. They can't tell us how greatly we are appreciated. Sometimes we even wonder if they know we're there. When we are in relationships with someone with a chronic illness, sometimes they are just too preoccupied with their own pain or discomfort to say thank you. A lot of times, the people we're in care relationships with can't say thank you because they've lived a life where they have not received a lot of care. So for them to be on that receiving end of care is really challenging to their identity and some of the patterns they've formed. So to even say thank you acknowledges their need for care, and that's challenging for some people. So all of these are truths. What's also true is we need to hear thank you. We need to know that we're appreciated. For those of you who follow the Enneagram personality typing, I'm a 2 in most of my interactions, which means appreciation is very important to me. And I also am awful at receiving it. So I know how important this can be to feel like I am just putting out and giving, and there's nothing really even acknowledged. So here's your acknowledgement. I want you to know that you are appreciated. I may not know your story, I may know it, but I appreciate you. Every bit of care that is done in the name of love in this world, whether it's paid or family caregiving, it matters. And it matters not only in that specific care relationship, There's a ripple effect for everything we do in the world. And so when we give care with love, that ripples well beyond our family and our situation. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you do every day. I honor that. And when you need to be reminded, just flip on this video again, listen to me. I will tell you again and again. You can repeat it as often as you like. I appreciate you. What you do makes a difference in the world. And I'd like you to do 2 more things right now. I'd like you to think of the names of 3 people. 3 people who you can contact and say, listen, I need you to be my voice of appreciation. Mom or spouse or baby cannot say thank you, and I'm going to need to hear it sometimes. So contact each of those 3 people and say, hey, can you be my care partner? And you can text each other. Maybe you can have a reciprocal relationship. Maybe that person needs to hear it sometimes too. So that when you feel depleted or when you feel unappreciated, underappreciated, contact that person and say, hey, I just need to know I'm appreciated. I would love to hear how this goes for you. Let me know. The second thing I want you to do is write down my email, amyagape@passings, AMYAGAPE @passings.us. Email me. If you can't think of anybody to contact to hear appreciation from, email me. I'll email you right back and I'll tell you how appreciated you are. And if you need to hear my voice, I'll call you. I want you to know that this love that you are giving is so important. It's so appreciated. It's changing the world. Thank you.